It's another Saturday. Thanks for staying tuned to your program, Security Watch Africa, on this channel, the Africa Independent Television. Wherever you are, we say welcome to the program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. On this channel, we give you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Welcome to another exciting edition of this program. Yes, like we always do, we give you that information that is required. Particularly this period that Nigeria is going through a lot of security challenges facing the country. We need to all put hands together to ensure that our lives are made secured. There are those that are statutorily charged by the Constitution to protect and preserve the lives of Nigerians, but you and I have a duty to play to make sure that we remain safe. There are Nigerian government agencies, particularly the military, that have been fighting to ensure that terrorism and insurgency is a thing of the past in this country. They are fighting so hard, and both on the air, on the land, even in the sea, they have been fighting with their support from other security agencies like police and civil defense. But particularly the Nigerian Air Force have been trying everything to ensure that they give that backing and covering for the ground forces to be able to perfect their work. Now they have taken the sensitization to the youths and the media as a way of getting them involved in this move to make Nigeria safer. One of those people that is spearheading this is the Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigeria Air Force, talking about Air Vice Marshal Olatekunbo Adesoya, who is already online with us to talk to us about what is this new renewed vigor, because just a few days ago he was in one of the Nigerian higher institutions talking about AfricaTelevision University, talking to the youths about what they should do. And also recently they had a workshop for the media talking about the defense correspondent on what to do. Let's speak with Vice Marshal Adesoya to tell us why this is happening at this time. Hello, how are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, like I said, we can see that there's this renewed vigor in making sure that Nigerians buy into this issue of becoming more security conscious. Just recently, you delivered a very renowned, you made a very renowned presentation at the AfricaTelevision University. What was the crux of your presentation? What was it all about?
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity to speak for a few minutes. To start with, it was at the instance of the university whose students were having their 2018 Law Week. And for the Law Week, they chose as a theme law and security towards fostering a flawless society. And so I chose to speak about the role of security agencies towards fostering a flawless society with the Nigerian Air Force in perspective. And of course, we know that clearly security is what is normally seen from two basic perspectives, either the realist or the idealist perspective. But what is more encompassing these days is the idealist perspective, which sees security as just being beyond the security of our borders and our territorial integrity. But that we should also think of the human beings as the final beneficiaries. And so we believe that every Nigerian has a responsibility towards the security of this country, and security is not what should be left in the hands of the military alone. Everybody has his own responsibility. And more particularly, the youth of today needs to be very much more security conscious, especially those who are studying law, who chart the future of law in this nation. They need to understand the intricacies between law and security in order to have what I call a near flawless society. That law and security are interwoven, they are directly related, and you cannot diverge one from the other. If we must have an atmosphere where everybody will be able to live in a very prosperous and peaceful environment. And so it was very clear to the students that they have a role to play, and they were indeed excited because many of them actually didn't even realize the extent to which the nation required their inputs at this point in time. Also, it's important that as individuals we have responsibilities before we can talk of the collective.
Okay. Yeah, that I must say is what was lacking in the past, but it's good that this is being done now. I must say, well done for that. Then you did what we have, Security Watch Africa have been advocating this for a very long time, the need of getting both the defense correspondent and all those who cover security generally to get to understand the challenges and the perspective and terminology in terms of the field they are covering. Yeah, we understand you held a workshop recently for the defense correspondent. How was the outcome?
Yes, we had an enlightenment workshop for defense correspondents. The chief of the air staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Al-Bakr, has always believed that you cannot give what you do not have. And the Nigerian Air Force, being a highly professional organization, believes that it is accountable to all Nigerians, that Nigerians own the Nigerian Air Force, and so we are accountable to Nigerians. And that's why we make a lot of efforts towards making sure that Nigerians indeed know what our activities are. And I can say clearly that we also monitor the feedback, and this feedback goes a long way in shaping policy and decision making in the Nigerian Air Force. So for the defense correspondents who we rely upon to send out this information, the Nigerian Air Force considers it necessary that they should be able to present an accurate and balanced reportage so that the Nigerian citizenry will be much better for it. And of course, this is the era where professionalism should be given its right place.
Yeah.
Being defense correspondent is something that is unique, and the Nigerian Air Force believes that defense correspondents should be given that requisite knowledge of our air operations so that they will be able to better understand what the Air Force is all about. And so this workshop covered topics such as the structure, the hierarchy of Nigerian Air Force, the rank structure, the characteristics and limitations of air power. And I guess not Nigerian Air Force, limitations of air power. There are some characteristics that are unique to air power and limitations unique to air power globally. We also talked about the aircraft that we have in Nigerian Air Force inventory and the various roles they perform. We also talked about the various armaments that are on these aircraft, because we've had informations which indicate that people do not know the difference between bombs, rockets, cannons, and missiles. And we also talked generally about military relationship. And I can assure you that the feedback from the period we concluded the workshop has been very encouraging, and many defense correspondents have actually said that they gained so many things that they never thought before. So we believe that before anybody is asked to be a defense correspondent, he should have some particular knowledge that will distinguish him or her from the everyday correspondent. And moving forward, we want to see a situation where this is also extended beyond Nigerian Air Force, so that the defense correspondent can be defense correspondents indeed.
Yes. I must say thank you very much for joining us and giving insight to what just took place. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, that was the Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigeria Air Force telling us that there's need for every Nigerian to buy into this security situation and put hands together to solve them. Yes, away from the military and the Air Force to generally the internal security sector, which is talking about the Nigerian police, because they are the lead agency in internal security. Yeah, we must take this opportunity to commend the Commissioner of Police and the officers of Ogun State Police Command, talking about CPA Iliasu. You are doing quite well. The reports we are getting suggest that you have made that state much peaceful than you met it. Kudos. And from what our team, our viewers are requesting, we hope to be with you by next week to be able to bring visual documentation of what is happening there and have a chat with you. We believe that with what is happening in some states of the Federation, if other states can emulate that, then the country will be much more safer. Talking about Ogun State, talking about Rivers State, talking about Delta State, Kano State, and some other states that are more cosmopolitan in nature, that attract a lot of attention. They must sit up and make sure that security is provided. One thing that also attracted our attention during the week, and which we must caution, is the incident that happened on the train, against the train that was going from Abuja to Kaduna just about 2 days ago, where it was attacked. Several stories and reports have come up. Some have said that the train was shot at. The management have come out to say that it was hoodlums that threw stone on the train. Whatever, it's not a welcome development. It's not something that we should fold our hands and allow it, because many people have said that train travel remains the safest. But if some people could waylay trains and try to create some problem, then where are we going to? That is the height of insecurity, and I hope that the security agencies and those that are responsible for it must do something to protect the lives of Nigerians more than it is being done today. Yeah, during the week, Security Watch Africa, in trying to assess the security situation of the country, we visited Delta State. To find out how is the security in that state. We'll transverse the state from Warri to Asaba to Agbo to Ndokwa to various communities and hamlets in that state. At the end, we had a chat with the Commissioner of Police and some security stakeholders. So sit back as we bring you this report from Delta State.
The Commissioner of Police, Delta State, CP Muhammad Mustafa, has revealed that the recent landmark achievements of his command is a result of the redesigning of strategies made on his assumption of office about 2 months ago. CP Mustafa, while speaking with Security Watch Africa's crew in his office in Asaba, the Delta State capital, added that focus, proper planning, and teamwork also contributed to their successes.
Our officers are also carried on board. We have asked them to sectorize their divisional headquarters. The same thing with the area commanders. All of them have been coordinated by the DC operations. So they are now much more conversant with their areas of responsibilities, and therefore also more conversant with the crime situations in their areas of responsibilities. They have also carved out their plan very well to check these crimes. You are aware the prevalent crimes in the states are murder, kidnapping, cultisms, robberies. These are the major ones, and some few other cases. So the police is out now to tackle these crimes head on, and the DPOs are always in touch with us. The area commanders at any given time, they've been given the mandate to call us at any time, and they're also calling for guidance, for directions, and it is really yielding results. So they are now, they are now masters of their areas of responsibilities. So that has contributed to the downwards in the crimes. You need to carry everybody along. If not, you are fighting, the war you are fighting is not going to be complete. This rank and files, in fact, the officers and men of these headquarters will address them, and those who are within the Metro Divisional Headquarters. We spoke to them. Actually, in order to motivate them, actually, you heard me talking to them. They have this opportunity, singular opportunity to serve this country, and they should serve well. It's a privilege, for us to wear this uniform. And at the time we are wearing it, we should put in our best, actually. Very many want to come in and they didn't get the opportunity. I spoke to them, you saw it. So we are just trying to motivate them to do that. Let them also know their leaders, and at the same time also avoid all these disciplinary offenses, because this is a discipline force, and without discipline we cannot achieve much.
The Commissioner of Police, who praised the anti-kidnapping team of the command for the wonderful job they are doing, spoke on some of the arrests and recoveries made by his command.
In fact, I was just even with speaking with the IG too. There were some people in the anti-kidnapping team. did a very good job, you understand. Just 2 nights ago, they did a very good job where they've arrested a pastor, with a loaded double barrel, with over 3,000 cartridges in his house, and a huge amount of money also, which are proceeds of crime. He was involved in the kidnapping of somebody. And thereafter, those other people, his accomplices, they were also about 5 of them were all arrested. Very beautiful job, actually. When I sent a message to the IG, said, this group needs commendations. And in our usual way, we are daily here, those who are carrying out their duty, we have been commending them. And now here is a case of IG saying this particular group we should send, So I also feel happy. We need to commend them, and where they also go wrong, we need to also punish them like it. The carrot stick is very, very effective. We are implementing it here. If we don't implement here in Delta, we can't succeed. So we are making use of it very well here. See, on the kidnapping, when we came out here, Sabah, they have been disturbing us really. There were cases and all that, but by the time I sat with the anti-kidnapping team, I said we must change our strategies. So when we sat down and we changed our strategies, it gave us a very good results, so much so that kidnapping in this place stopped. The villagers, even where these officers went to, assisted in the arrest of somebody. Somebody was, a woman was kidnapped. One of them was guarding them actually in the village nearby here. They found them. The arrest of that one led to the arrest of 4 others. And these are people who have been coming. We're still trailing 2 of them. So that one has actually busted actually this particular gang in here. And even other areas too. The one I've just stated, the one for the first one, is outside this place. It's around Abo side. And there are some cases around that place. And it's going to check. That one has also checked. We have also even recovered about 3, AK-47 inside a vehicle. And the gang members, one of them was killed. Thereafter, 3 others were also of the same gang, were distant. That is JC site around Sapele. And that one has also checked this. And around Wari, there's a lot of beautiful cases that have been, carried out. And it's really pushing down the Yeli area too. These are notorious places. So we're checking them seriously. And it appears have been engaging the DPOs, in talking. When case is reported, they must call me. And then I also give them a lot of guidance. We speak, on the cases as it happened. Do this, do that, do this, and they do it and they get results. So it's a kind of, I think the officers are now keying into the system. We are evolving, and it's been a lot. So that's why some of these cases are going down.
CP Mustafa threw light on the need to engage religious organizations, communities, schools, and youth groups in the fight against cultism.
Well, here now we have a volunteer group also to fight these cultisms. And with time, we're going to also engage the government. Actually, we need to handle this issue of cultism. It's prevalent everywhere. So we need to bring in maybe the religious leaders, the churches, the family system as agents of socialization, the community. We have to bring them on board. If not, the cases are too many. You can find 13-year-old, 10-year-old belonging to a cult group, It doesn't even know the implication of some of the things he's doing. So we need to, I think, handle it by looking at the root causes. Why are people going into these cultisms? I think we need to do that. Yeah. The family as agent of socialization, the community, they're not doing fine. The schools, I think we need to sit down, bring stakeholders and look at this. Presently, we have the volunteer force in all the local governments, the volunteer groups. The group of youths who came in to assist in the fight against cultism. So we have the anti-cult group also, of the police unit. We are also trying to improve on their logistics and everything for them to perform better than the government is supporting. So I think with time we're going to handle.
On the recurring herders-farmers clashes across the country, the Commissioner of Police had this to say.
Actually, the dialogue really paid. Since 2016, before we did our own, the last one was in 2016, and we brought in over 150 people. That is people, the religious group, the Meti Allah groups, the community leaders, the farmers, all of them are brought. The security law enforcement themselves, the area commanders, all the DPOs of the affected places were all brought in with SAT. His Excellency the Governor was also there. The legislators were all there. We sat down and deliberated on the way forward. And there were many people brought in good ideas which were taken down, and the local governments are also now to carry out regular meetings. They are also to handle these issues with all seriousness. And I think the special advisors on security in those areas are all forthcoming now. They are also doing it. We were nipping in board. In fact, this morning, I was with the chairman of the local government. We saw His Excellency on the same issue to Abraka, where I went. We had a meeting where about 4 hours meeting, where 7 hours there, we deliberated on how to, because where a farmer was killed, you know, the farmer was killed and the wife was also attacked. I learned the wife has just been released this morning. So we thank God we sat down and deliberated on this issue seriously. We are deploying even motorcycles, the vigilantes, the PMA mobile policemen, there were 30 of them are in that place. We'll go in. After we enter and mob up the whole place, then they will take charge of these places. We have about 6 or 7 routes there. We'll take care of it. It's a very large expanse of land, and we're going to take care of it. We review our strategies, and we want to nip in the bus once and for all, because that was the 11th person that was killed in that area.
Yeah.
So, but we have now taken very strategic measures. We're going to implement them immediately. Motorcycles are going to be deployed. His Excellency has also approved the logistics for those ones. So you will see very serious result. We went there and sat down and came up with practical solutions. So observation posts, vehicles will also be repaired, all these things. And even the vigilante will all be with their normal local guns. Yeah.
While calling for the continued support from the people, CP Mustafa revealed that Delta State is safe.
Well, my message is just like the governor says, in Delta has a lot of towns, developed towns. That's why he told us yesterday in Security Council. And unlike other states where you have rural, more of, you know, some various middle states, you have rural areas. But here you can count of towns, you know, really. So the state is blessed with this, and both water and land. So what I'm going to say is let everybody, you know, security is everybody's business. Let everybody come on board, come out with the information. The law enforcement will make use of this and act. So we need the support of the people, you know, and the citizens should also know they can even arrest and hand over to the police. So, and at the same time, I think it's good the families and schools who should play their own role in the issues of cultisms, you know, issues of kidnapping and all these things. I think at that level we should be able to play our own roles properly, so that we don't allow some of these things to even in the first place to take place. This is, like you said, is a place where everybody is, you know. The roads pass through Delta, many places. It connects to everywhere, to the north, the east, south, west, and all. It's connect everywhere. This state connects everywhere. It's, you know, another kind of, you have towns all over the place. So I think we should all be security conscious. If all of us are security conscious, we will reduce most of these things.
to demonstrate the readiness of the command to checkmate criminals and their activities, the Commissioner of Police paraded some of the suspects in their custody.
For you to know this involves AK-47, 3 of them, with 197 ammunitions for AK. It was at Chelsea when in an Audi car, Jeep, the people were sighted. They quickly informed the police because they were strangers to that place. And the police swung into action. They found them at the drinking spot. The car was parked over there. They took one of them was gunned down. Then the restaurant, but later on we also got them during investigation. And there was also a dynamite. So it's a very dangerous group they were having 3 magazines all loaded, the 2 of the arms, the AK, the third one was having 2 magazines, the 2 were having 3 magazines. Then they were all rounded up.
Welcome back. Time is of essence. We'll be able to continue with this week, but certainly, God's willing, next week edition of this program will bring you the concluded part of this report, where some of the suspects spoke on why they got involved in the crime in itself and confessing about on their participation. It's quite encouraging that the police up in doing their responsibility. We must commend the Delta State Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Mustafa, and his men for doing wonderful work. Like I said, we'll bring you other states. Ogun State, we'll bring you to show you what they are doing. Until we come your way again next week, I will say, remain blessed and watch your back.